Hey guys, what's up? You're watching Up and Adam. My name's Adam Knoll. And for those of you who don't know me, I'm the guy bringing you guys all the latest and greatest from your favorite celebrities and pop culture influencers. Today's no different. Today we're back to talk about Sutton Strack again from the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills because she's opening up on the fact, well, why the girls, the women, are protecting Erika on this season, and also what her crossover moment was with Crystal and where they stand today. It's actually really interesting. She did an interview. We're going to talk all about that. But before we do, if you haven't already, go ahead, smash that like button, subscribe to my channel, and hit that notification bell because, well, you don't want to miss anything we have coming up. Now, with that, roll that intro.
It's time for all your binge-worthy pop culture news. Welcome to Up and Adam.
So Sutton Strack did an interview on In the Nose, We Should Talk, and she has given us a little bit more information as to what's really going on behind the scenes. Now, she talked about why the women are protecting Erika, because that has been one of the biggest questions that we've all been wanting to ask, especially after how the women treated Denise Richards last season. Honestly, it's not just Denise Richards, it's any of the women. If there's something to talk about, they go in on all of them. They all go in on each other. So for this, and it being so big, such a huge scandal, everyone kind of just wanted to know why. Why is everyone protecting Erika? And why are you not asking the harder questions that the fans want to know? Now, I've heard both sides. I've heard leave Erika alone. And I've also heard, no, good for them. They need to ask the questions because, well, hello, you're on a reality TV show and this is a huge scandal. There was even a documentary on Hulu, The Housewife and the Hustler. We have questions. Now, for Sutton, she's explaining all of it. She said that you can obviously see it on the show. She thinks that there is a very special bond between Kyle Richards, Lisa Rinna, and Dorit Kemsley when it comes to Erika Girardi, and they almost became a sort of instant glue as far as being protective, which she said she completely understands. However, for Sutton, Crystal Kung Minkoff, and Garcelle, they haven't known Erika long enough, so they had a lot of red flags, and they're like, wait a minute, I don't know you that well. This is a lot that's coming out. These articles are huge. They're saying that you've been a part of this. Well, your husband has been a part of this for years and years, and there's victims involved, widows, orphans. We have questions. We have red flags. We have things that we want to know. Whereas the other women are like, Erika, it's okay. We're going to be here for you. Let me hug you. Let me just show you that, life is going to be okay and you'll make it through this. Well, for Sutton, she's like, no, damn it. I have questions. She did, however, add that she gets it. It's just her perspective, but she thinks that's the biggest difference when it comes to all of their relationships. She thinks that's why they are the way they are, and the group is sort of divided when it comes to this whole Girardi topic. Sutton explained that when the LA Times article came out that they were in La Quinta, and she said that she did an absolute 180. And she said, I went left in an instant, And the interesting part about that is that can happen in friendships, that can happen in life. It just is what it is. When things come out and they're this big, you're going to have an opinion on it and you're going to decide how much do you really want to be associated or a part of this, especially because from Sutton's perspective, you have to realize one thing after another, it was all coming out. Erika didn't really have a lot of answers, which we kind of understand because she can't give us too much. There are lawyers involved and she has to really be careful with what she says. But for Sutton, that's not cutting it. As for where she stands today with Crystal Kung Minkoff, she explained that she really felt bad rewatching the footage and taking a look back when they were in Lake Tahoe. She said that she didn't let Crystal speak. So she felt bad for not letting her speak, but not only did she not let her speak, Sutton really didn't get the chance to listen, which also robbed the viewers of the same chance to hear Crystal's story. And it's good, actually, it's great that she's recognizing that because honestly, I would want to hear more about that story. And by her cutting her off and being like, no, we're not doing this, it didn't make sense. But I'm glad that she's realizing that that was wrong and she's righting her wrongs. So good for you, Sutton. However, fans did want her to address, you did say that Crystal Kung Minkoff had ugly leather pants. So where did that come from? And Sutton explained, in that moment, I had just had it. Every now and then you reach your breaking point, and that just flew out of my mouth. She doesn't really know where it came from or why she said that. She did, though, add that those leather pants were not her favorite. However, she did kind of also let us know Crystal for her, in her opinion, she thinks that Crystal Kung Minkoff dresses pretty well. Now, after they had that breakdown moment and Crystal Kung Minkoff really held her ground, she looked at her in the face and she's like, if you don't want to be here, leave. We all know that Sutton couldn't leave. You're not supposed to. Contractually, you are there to do a job. And when you have conflicts, you have to have resolution. That's a part of being a housewife. But there was a moment that we didn't see on camera, an off-camera moment where Sutton actually called Crystal the next day after blurting out the ugly leather pants comment. And she said, you know, what is this? I just want this to go away. We can't keep doing this. It's not in my nature. And I don't have relationships like this with the rest of the women. So she's pretty much letting Crystal know in this moment, I don't want to have this sort of relationship with you. She did ask Crystal, how can we solve this? And she, you know, let us know through this interview that it's unfortunate that it wasn't caught on camera. However, the reason for that was because her and the rest of the women, they were in COVID quarantine. So this all happened during the point that they all had to stay away from each other. They had to quarantine for 14 days. It's unfortunate that it wasn't caught on camera, but at least we know and understand why. And at least there was that crossover breakthrough moment where they could come together, you know, and just be like, this is crap. What are we doing? We don't need to keep this going. It doesn't have to be a running thing. Let's move forward, wipe our hands of it, and yeah, move on. Sutton ended that off with, it's not as tense after that, but yes, we are still trying to figure out each other. And that makes a lot of sense. Now, moving forward, we know that the new episode of The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills will be premiering this week, and all of it is going to continue to unfold, but it seems like Sutton is not out of the doghouse yet. And when I say that, I mean, she may have repaired this relationship with Crystal, but when it comes to Erika, she just called this meeting, having all of the women come together with Erika not there, explaining this doesn't look good. There's something not right here. A lot of red flags. She read the article not once, not twice, but 3 times. And she just wants to make sure that the rest of the women understand where she's coming from. She was called out, you know, on screen, and they said, would you say this to Erika? And she stood in her conviction of, yes, I absolutely would say this to Erika. I don't mind telling her to her face, this is how I feel, and I'm uncomfortable. And, you know, I posted a video yesterday and asked you guys, does it make sense that she's uncomfortable? And the majority ruled in favor of Sutton. Yeah, it does make sense. You don't know what's going to continue to come out. This was just the tip of the iceberg. Then more and more articles came out, more victims came forward, then the documentary came out. It seemed like it was one thing after another. So if she was feeling like that in this moment, imagine how she was feeling after the rest of the articles came out. Well, unfortunately for Sutton, she will have to face Erika eventually, and we see that on-screen moment coming soon. And when she does, it does not look like it's going to be pretty. She has questions, which Lisa Rinna thinks she shouldn't be asking, which also doesn't make sense because Lisa Rinna asked Dorit if people were doing coke in her bathroom, and then she asked Denise Richards what was going on, you know, with her and Brandi Glanville. Lisa is the one who asked the most questions, so I don't really understand where she's coming from. But with Sutton, you know, she is going to have this moment where Erika lets her know, don't ever come for me like that again, or I will come for you. And she said, Erika said, what are you going to do about it? She said, nothing. Erika said, exactly. Then shut the fuck up. Honestly, I can't wait for that on-screen moment as well. That is going to be crazy. It's going to be insane. It's going to be a lot to talk about. Just stick with us, guys. Obviously, we're going to be recapping that on Thursday. We're going to be talking about the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. I don't know as of yet who our special guest will be this week. We have a few in mind, but also you guys have to remember to bear with us because all of these people have important things going on, whether they're creators on channels, lawyers involved, they have other things that they're doing, but hopefully we can pull it off. And I also have a few surprises coming up for you as well. It's going to be really exciting. I have amazing interviews coming for you. Just bear with us, I guess. Anyways, with that, guys, if you haven't already, go ahead, comment below. What do you think about Sutton's explanation as to why, you know, the women are protecting Erika? Does it make sense to you or does it not? And how do you feel about her finally revealing to us about her breakthrough moment with Crystal Kung Minkoff off camera? I'm very happy for the two of them that they were able to move forward. I think it's setting a great example, and I can't wait to see more. If you haven't already, go ahead, comment below. And before you go, don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe to my channel, and hit that notification bell. Because, well, you don't want to miss anything we have coming up. We're also going live today. It's not Bravo related, but we will be live at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, and we will be talking about the 90 Day Fiancé reunion tell-all part 1 that went extremely wild. It was a lot. So join us then. See you guys soon. Bye, guys.